Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and doing a little bit of testing right there. But since I can't have a theme song anymore because StreamYard changed everything, you guys are just gonna have to listen to me do it for like the next 30 seconds. No, you don't have to. But what are we doing today, man, in today's live stream? Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody for who's here, who's possibly going to be here. So basically, it's a welcome or welcome to the channel. I've said for years, man, that this movie isn't going to happen. And I even made jokes early on with some buddies of mine. They would show me like 6 or 7, 8 months ago, year ago, whatever it was, when you start seeing like the teaser images and stuff. I was like, nah, that's AI. That's AI. This movie's been in development hell for like 25 years. This and the Thundercats movie. I firmly believe, and I've said this movie is not real until I could buy it on Blu-ray or watch it in the theater or something like that, right? Like, but here we are. We have a trailer for the new live action Masters of the Universe He-Man movie. And I am super, super excited for this movie. What's up, Earthman Brick? Hey, Rachel, how's it going? And hope you guys have been okay. Yeah, I am super excited for this movie. I'm not like the diehard He-Man fan. I like He-Man a lot, though. I don't like the 80s cartoon. I think I've said that before. I'm not a big fan of the 80s cartoon. Love the 80s movie with Dolph Lundgren with the OG Punisher. I loved the 2000X cartoon. I loved New Adventures of He-Man. And I loved the Netflix Revelation cartoon. And some of the comics, I've kind of dabbled in some of the comics here and there and stuff. So I wouldn't say, like I said, I'm not like a hardcore, like the ultimate He-Man fan, but I like He-Man, you know? So I'm pretty stoked about this movie. And I'm just gonna go over the trailer, man. Like if I'm going to try and play it, all right, that's the goal here. But I am gonna mute the trailer, but I'm going to try and play it, and I'm gonna talk over it as it plays. But real quick, I'm gonna get in the chat. Earthman Brick says 100% hyped. Yes, dude. Kirsten Wiig from Bridesmaids and 2016 Ghostbusters, the woman one, is the voice of a Roboto. Kirsten Wiig, is she the blonde one in the 2016 Ghostbusters movie, like the short-haired one with the guns, like the pistols, for her proton pack? Is that her? Casting for Evil Lynn is perfect. Brilliant actress, too. I will say this. I know actors and actresses, kind of. I know their roles more than their names. I have like, when it comes to actors and actresses, if it's not like somebody like I already knew, like grew up on or something like that, like Sylvester Stallone or something like that, right? Like newer actors or actresses of like the last 10 years, got popular, I should say, in the last 10 years. I have problems with their names. So you guys are going to have to bear with me. If you guys are hitting me with, like, casting and stuff like that, like, if she's a brilliant actress, Earthman Brick, I will take your word for it. And it's one of those things where I'm pretty sure I've seen a lot of things that these guys have been in. I'm pretty sure I have, but I recognize the characters they play versus the names, if that makes sense. Hey, Rachel, long time no see. Welcome back to the land of the living. It's good to be back, Earthman Brick. He says, I love the concept. It's a love letter to the previous live action one by Canon and the original source material. You'll be fine to play it. Okay. Earthman Brick also says, yeah, previous actors were better established as brand names. Their agents were terrific at marketing them. Yes, absolutely. JSP, what's up, man? He says, I'm not too stoked about this myself. Don't like having the story on Earth for some part. I totally understand that. I hope that this movie is successful enough where we get a sequel. Because I got a feeling, like, I'm not going to spoil anything, right? Because I haven't seen it. But I got a feeling the movie ends with them on Eternia, and the sequel, if there is a sequel, if this movie does good enough, if there is a sequel, it's going to be all Eternia all the time. We're going to see some crazy crazy stuff. So I'm gonna bring up Earthman Brick says I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna bring up the trailer. I'm gonna make it as small as I can though. Yeah, Rachel, he's on Earth again. It looks like it's split though. It looks like at a certain point he does go back to Eternia. Some point of the trailer, because in the trailer we see Skeletor, and oh my god, dude, Skeletor looks fucking gnarly, bro. I love how he looks. And there were some figures that got leaked last night, 2 nights ago. And I like Skeletor's costume design. The figure looks like he's flocked, which is an interesting choice. I don't know if it is or not, but it looks like it could be. So I don't know. JSP says, also, this was an opportunity to say themselves apart from other superhero movies, but it just looks like a bland, generic, watered down MCU movie. Rachel says, why does Hollywood not learn 87 then now? Oh, I see what you're saying, from like the 87 movie. Story is that he was sent to Earth. I don't want to say more without spoilers. Gotcha. All right, so jibber jabbering for almost 6 minutes. Let's hit the play button on this trailer. So
only exists in legends and bedtime stories.
Bird,
Talking
Castle
tigers,
Grayskull, kind of living up to his
spaceships,
name.
Magic swords that can make a man as
Got the
mighty
magic
as a
sword,
god.
the power sword.
Where I come from, that
what's
stuff
the name of the bird right here?
is real.
I can't think of it. So yeah, this looks, so far I'm very interested. We see the war right here. This has to be Eternia.
I wanted you
So
to be safe.
it looks like a lot
So
of
I
the
sent you to a
story is
place I
going to
knew
be
that
told.
they'd never find you.
Like the Eternia stuff, the flashback, stuff like that. I love the he/him thing right there. I think
Not
it's
a good
funny.
look for human
I
resources.
think it's hilarious, like He-Man joke. You know, and this is something that
I know it
like
sounds crazy.
Oracle was telling
that
me
sword
in office culture,
is
right?
gonna show me
They have like their
reality.
pronouns or something like on their desk, like under their name. So I kind of thought that was pretty
Sir,
funny.
You can't
Like,
do that.
Don't worry.
and that's the original design for He-Man right there. That's pretty cool, like the barbarian look and stuff. Yeah. So, but back, like, so what Oracle was telling me
get weird.
about it, you know, it kind of worked on an even bigger level as a joke, right? Like, I just thought it was like a He-Man joke. Right here, I'm gonna rewind it just a little bit because I want to talk about some of the character designs real quick, right? So we got Roboto. I like the design. It's like Earthman Brick said, it's played by Kirsten Wiig. So, and then we've got Man at Arms here. I'm not assuming that this is Duncan. Okay. I was talking with a buddy of mine, Chris. He's a massive, like absurdly massive He-Man fan, right? Like I can go to him with any question and he'll be like, the answer's 12, right? Like it just, the absurd level of knowledge that's packed in that man's brain for He-Man is ridiculous. So he was telling me that Duncan's original trainer name was Deacon or Decker. I'm sorry. His original name was Decker. So I think that's really cool. So these might be like designs before the final designs, right? Like there's a big battle. Roberto dies, Man at Arm dies, and then we get to see like Duncan pick up the Man at Arms helm, and then we get to see like Roberto 2.0 or 4.0, whatever it is, in that more traditional Masters of the Universe style. I do like Teela's outfit here. I know traditionally she's got like the skirt thing and stuff like that. This kind of harkens back to Mortal Kombat. Was it 11? I think it was, when they changed Melina's design, right? And they gave her pants, and I was like, well, okay, we're gonna see how this design works. And I think they hit it pretty good here. We got Cringer here looking very stoic. The green on Cringer here, I don't know. It could be the lighting or whatever, but it almost looks more yellowish than green. But then again, this is a trailer. All of this could be fixed in, a day and a half coloring wise. So keep going. But I love the designs of the characters here. I really do. Prince Adam's showing up with some jeans and a t-shirt. I think that's cool.
What am I supposed to do?
It just looks kind of crazy. And here we go. Look at that reveal for Skeletor. It's so sick. Spikor, Fisto, what's that, Trapjaw, Beastman. Battle for Evelyn, which Evelyn's gonna be gnarly, dude. I love that. Yeah, that looks cool. That looks cool. And I think that was Scareglow. Was Scareglow at the end of that? No, I didn't notice that. No, it wasn't. Okay, it's just like a dude in armor or whatever. So, dude, look at that. God damn, he looks so freaking cool, man. Look at that Skeletor, dude. I don't know who this is next to him, but he looks dope. We get like his palace guard right there behind him. Wolfman, right? Yeah, I'm pretty what is that Nintendo line? You know, my body is ready. Like, let's go, man. I'm pretty excited for this. Let me go through chat. Let's see. Zoar. Okay, so the name of the bird is Zoar. Thank you, JSP. Rachel says, honestly, He-Man is hard to do as it's a fantasy, but also a sci-fi, but also superhero tropes. I can definitely see that. Yeah. The bird is the sorceress. Yeah, it's an alternate form, but I thought the bird had like the form of the bird had a name or something, right? 10 out of 10. Adam is wearing pink. Y Roboto. Man at Arms is that the actor's name? Idris. Well, I'm gonna butcher that. Idris Elba. JSP says it is Duncan. Okay. Rachel says no, that's not Man at Arms. Man at Arms has bright green armor, yellow chest plate. Come on, Hollywood. JSP, if you guys are looking forward to it, good for you, but keep this in mind. Earthman Brick, they need them to look more realistic for an Earth connection. That's very true. You know, thinking about it, when you look at like the people on Eternia from Skeletor's side, like the bad guys, right? Like it's almost like they're all scarred and marred up by like the dark magic, right? Like Trapjaw's missing like half his face, you know. And I get like they're like different races of like Beastman has his own race and stuff like that, right? But like Skeletor's like, you know, obviously he's missing an entire face on his skin, right? So that's actually a really, really good point, Earthman Brick. More realistic connection. Rachel says, I can tell this is a we don't want to admit we're adapting a kids thing syndrome first seen in X-Men films, like no battle ram, battle cat armor, no harness. But the toy, so here's the thing, is like the toy has the harness and stuff on him. So my thought is that because Battle Cat, Cringer becomes Battle Cat with the power sword, right? So like when he gets at some point when Prince Adam becomes He-Man, he has to do the transformation thing, right? Or maybe he doesn't, and maybe that's something they'll say for the sequel if there is a sequel. Superman didn't break 1 billion, and He-Man doesn't have the same following Superman does. Goatman? Is that a real He-Man character? Goatman? He looks dope as hell, though. I don't know. I hope they have Haim Saban on the soundtrack. I know. Didn't he do music? He did do music, like for like Fox and stuff before he brought Power Rangers over, right? So besides, oh man, I can't think. What did he do? What did he do, Earthman Brick, soundtrack wise and stuff? Rachel says, are they going to do the original He-Man as one half of the Power Sword? Skeletor has the other? Maybe. Because isn't like when you put the swords together, that's the key to Grayskull, right? Like how you get into Grayskull, and Grayskull has all the power and everything. Where's my boy Orko? Oh, I didn't even think about that. Where is Orko? Hey, where's Orko? Uh, Orko, man, Orko might be defending the castle in the beginning. He might die. Orko might die in like the first 5 minutes, or he might show up like the last 10 minutes or something. Who knows? Are they gonna? Rachel also says, are they gonna do the latter stuff like Toy Gurus, OC, the Mighty Spectre, etc.? Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. No time traveling shenanigans in this one, please. The only thing I would accept for like if this movie kicks off into an entire franchise, right? The only like alternate dimension thing I would accept is an anti-Eternia He-Man. Skeletor dies at the end of it, right? And then anti-Eternia He-Man walks through a portal, picks up the other half of the power sword. In the third movie, he just goes ape shit on everybody everywhere. That's what I accept. Hayam Saban, according to says Earthman Brick says Hayam Saban did all the music for 90% of the 70s and 80s, 90s kids shows. Okay. Then yeah, man, if he's done it, why not let him do it again? Yeah, absolutely. He did music for She-Ra, Spider-Man, X-Men, Pole Position, Mysterious Cities of Gold, etc. Yeah. Just let him do it then. Absolutely. That'd be so cool. If he's willing to do it. But Hayam Saban, he likes money. So he might be a little costly to do it, to get him to do it. They're pulling a Skybound and killing Orko in the opening. What Skybound did with Bumblebee. Oh, well. Hey, man, Orko, but when he dies, doesn't he come back like all white and like ultra powerful and pure and stuff, right? So I don't know, man. I think this is going to be a very interesting, very good movie. I like it. I dig it. I dig the trailer a lot. I don't know what else to say except for that I'm excited about it. And I think at this point now, for so much of this stuff, I think in the case of He-Man and in the case of certain movies, right? They kind of get away. There's a sweet spot. I'm trying to find my words here. There's a sweet spot for a lot of this stuff. If you're going to do a movie, you have to do it in a timely manner, right? Like if you would have done this movie 25 years ago, it would have been most likely based on 2000X, pulled a lot of inspiration from 2000X, and that would have been the movie that we got. Maybe some nods here and there to like, the 80s movie or like 80s He-Man or something like that. But when a franchise goes like as dormant as like He-Man has, and I know it had the Netflix cartoon and, the She-Ra Netflix cartoon and stuff, which those did really well. But in terms of like, when I say dormant, I mean like in the mind's eye of like all of society, right? You have to, if you want to make a franchise out of it, you have to include the fans and you have to include like your average moviegoer in so much of it now because it's been so far removed, right? Like, and when you get things like when Iron Man first happened, that movie and the first Thor movie, that was aimed solely at the fans because that's what they needed to have come in, right? Now all of these movies make or cost so much money to make, you can't rely on like one sect of people to come in and stuff like that. So you have to kind of make these, I guess, like choices, I guess, if you will, like try and, I don't want to say include everybody, but get, as many of the hardcore fans and the fans in general as possible while still trying to get like general fans or general moviegoers, not fans, but like general moviegoers into the movie. Rachel says he beats Condiment King. Take care, JSP. She-Ra has had more shows for some reason because She-Ra's better than He-Man. What can I say? Okay, so side note, like input history time, baby. As a kid, He-Man, 80s cartoon He-Man was slightly before my time. She-Ra was not. I caught reruns of She-Ra constantly. I loved She-Ra as a kid, and I love She-Ra to this day. She-Ra is my favorite part of He-Man lore. She really is. I absolutely adore that character. So if this gets us like a live action She-Ra movie, dude, I'd be so stoked. Just throw that out there. Just throw that out there. Here's a question. Rachel says, here's a question. Is this finally the thing that opens the door to get young people into He-Man, opening a wave of fantasy sci-fi as Iron Man did superheroes? I think it's a good jumping off point. If they do it right, if they handle it right, if they make toys for kids and they do actual commercials and stuff. We've already seen like the toys that are coming out for this. It's going to be a 6 Marvel Legends scale, right? So they're going to be like 6 to 6.5 inches, and they're going to be more articulated than the Masterverse stuff. But I don't think they released a price tag for it. If the thing is like with so much of this stuff, you have to have something afterwards for the kids to want to go to the store and buy, right? Like you have to get the kids into the world continuously. You have to sell them the toys. They can't just watch the movie and then go home because they end up forgetting about it, right? You have to have auxiliary media that comes along with this, right? You can do like a little cartoon short, put it on YouTube, like Cringier's Bad Day, 15-minute long thing, and then him and Orko just walking around, whatever. You have to have that kind of stuff afterwards. Earthman Brick says, She-Ra is great. It was the creator of Babylon 5 that wrote the original show. I did not know that. That's actually really cool. Babylon 5, fantastic show itself. What's up, Vector, man? Hope you've been all right. He says, I'm excited to see the movie. It's just I dislike the CGI haze filter look that every movie has nowadays. Like I said, I think there's going to be a lot of cleanup with this trailer. I think, like, if you go back and you watch that first Sonic trailer, like Sonic the Hedgehog trailer from what 2019, whatever it was, 2018, they did a lot of cleaning up with the scenes, like the scenes that were in that trailer that made it into the movie. They did a lot of cleaning up on the CGI, and I think they're going to do the same thing here, right? I don't know. Earthman Brooks said he also created Madam Web in Spider-Man. Michael J. Straczynski, that's correct. Fantastic writer, dude. He did he's my all-time favorite Spider-Man writer, like comic book wise, and I love his run on Thor when they brought Thor back in 2006 or 7, whatever it was in the comics. Fantastic writer. And he also wrote the real Ghostbusters cartoon. He helped write a couple episodes there. Earthman Brick said it'd be great to see Sword and Sorcery come back. Hells yeah, I'm down. I agree, man. I totally agree. And right now He-Man has a lot of opportunity right now. I know a lot of people didn't like Love and Thunder and stuff, like the Sword and Sorcery and stuff that Thor as a character brings with them. I know a lot of people didn't like that movie. So this could be an opportunity for them to kind of swoop in and pick up those like Sword and Sorcery, like casual, I guess you could say, casual Sword and Sorcery fans. Kind of He-Man can kind of swoop in and grab them and, kind of start like a renaissance with it. That'd be super cool. Rich says, hey, Mattel, she says, hey, Mattel, how about a monthly comic look at Transformers that's considered one of the best modern comics? So when do we get a Turbo Teen film? Ding, 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 sing, correct. Rachel says, input, what are your thoughts on Paul in the brand new day? What? Input, what are your thoughts on Paul in in the Brand New Day film? It's confirmed. Oh, God. Oh, man. Look, I'm going to say this about Paul as a character. Paul gets a lot of guff, rightfully so. Paul as a character is a terrible character. I think every Spider-Man, if you loved that run of books from Spider-Man, if you hated that run of books of Spider-Man, I think everybody agrees Paul's a terrible character. I think as of right now, every time you see Spider-Man in a different medium, it's a different universe, right? I don't like Marvel Comics 616 Paul as a character. I think they dropped the ball on a new character and everything else. I think they have an opportunity to correct that character. Make me either love that character or hate that character for the right reasons. Does that make sense? Like in IDW when they wrote Prowl, okay? I hated Prowl as a character. Not because I hate Prowl, but the way they wrote him, he was such a compelling character. I didn't have a choice but to hate him. Do that with Paul. She says, are they going to do the whole Skeletor is Randor's brother, therefore He-Man's uncle thing? I hope not. I hope not, right? There are certain things in media that it's fine when they do them, but it's kind of, I don't know. I don't like it when it gets repeated, right? Where like Optimus Prime, because of IDW, Optimus Prime and Megatron, they were best friends in the war before the war. You know, there was a time, right? And it's like, okay, that worked so good in IDW because it's a different way of telling their story. But now every Transformers medium has to have that, right? I think it's the same thing with He-Man. It's, you know, Keldor being the uncle, it adds a compelling element to it, but it also strips away the element of Skeletor. He's a bad guy for bad guy's sake, right? That's what I want to see. I just want to see Skeletor. I want to see a Skeletor that all he cares about is the power. He don't care about the people around him. He don't care about family, all the excess baggage and stuff that comes with that kind of thing. I don't want to, like, we've seen it. We can watch it. We can read it. Let's do something else, right? Let's try and move it along, right? They did it in 2000X and it worked phenomenal in 2000X. Because it was really the first time that they did it, and it was such a compelling thing. You know, the acid or whatever gets thrown in his face and the whole thing happens. Was it acid? Man, it's been a while since I've watched that show. But or was it a spell that backfired? I don't remember. But point of the story is that, you know, it was such a compelling way to tell Skeletor's backstory, right? Now let's return Skeletor to the original. I'm just a bad guy because I want to do bad things. I want to hear his voice. I know they didn't reveal his voice in the trailer. I want to hear his voice, right? I am hoping. I know Skeletor traditionally has that He-Man kind of voice, right? Oh man, I hope that's not the case here, right? I kind of want like a more reserved, evil British type of voice for Skeletor, right? Like a deep, not a growly deep, but right, but like a very like low tone, evil kind of like baritone kind of voice, I guess, if that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I have faith in Jared Leto. Why? Who's Jared? Is Jared Leto playing Skeletor? Oh, he was good in Morbius. Oh man, best Joker ever. Rachel says worst Joker, as I say best Joker. Even though Morbius was a bad film, yeah. Morbius was rough. Morbius was very, very rough. And I was really looking forward to that movie too. And didn't listen to anybody. And I watched it. And yeah, it was rough to say the least. Let's see. Earthman Brick says Jared Leto is a good actor. He was good. He was solid in Fight Club and Requiem for a Dream. Okay. Man, I haven't seen Fight Club, Jesus, since I was in college or so. Rachel says Morbius was good drink into stupor material. He also loves to ham it up to 11. That's true. That's very true. Guys, I don't know what else to say except for go pre-order some He-Man toy. I don't know. But yeah, guys, if I hope you guys are looking forward to the movie. If you're not, that's cool. If you are, that's cool too. I'm super stoked about it. And I'm like, when I watched the trailer, I was so hyped. Now there are things in this trailer that I watched. This is my second time watching the trailer. If you guys don't know, I do a media blackout on stuff that I'm really wanting to watch. I will watch the trailer, like, because I'll have people send me the trailer or whatever, and then I'll watch it. And then I'm like, oh, okay, they're doing like a He-Man movie. Oh, yeah, this thing's finally happening. And I'll watch the trailer. And then after that, I won't watch anything from it. No new trailers, no nothing. Until the Blu-ray comes out and I can buy the Blu-ray from like Walmart or the local movie guy who owns his own like local store or whatever. And then that's how I watch it. I watch the trailer to know it's coming out, and then I watch the movie in like 6 months time or whatever it is, years time, whatever, right? Complete media blackout. Earthman Brick says, solid stream. I appreciate that, man. He says, do Spider-Man next when the trailer comes out. Hey, man, you got it. I guess, I don't, when's the trailer coming out for Brand New Day? Do we know? I've seen like a lot of leaked, like screenshots, or not screenshot. What am I talking about? Like leaked set photos, like of how like the suit looks and stuff like that. But do we know when the trailer is going to come out? I'm totally down to do it, by the way. If you guys want to see me, or you guys want to not see me, that's weird. There's a lot of YouTube-isms, right? But if you guys I don't even know. I don't know how to describe it. Like, hang out and chat about another movie trailer. I'm totally down to do Spider-Man when it comes out. As always, man, take care of yourself. I will see you guys next live stream. Me and Danny have something planned coming up. Oh, I think on Friday. I'm getting my days starting to blur again, but I think it is Friday. Yeah. Oh, one Earthman Brick slides in home, says, looks decent. Punisher is in it. Oh, shit. Punisher is in it, but the director doesn't have a good track record. Ugh. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, if Brand New Day is a bad movie, could you or would you expect anything else from anything Spider-Man related titled Brand New Day? You get what I'm saying? Like, if Brand New Day is a bad movie, it's comic accurate, right? Because like the comics were, Brand New Day was so bad, right? And so hated that it, Brand New Day, if it's bad, could just be comic accurate. I don't know. But yeah, Punisher's in it. I'm assuming like the Netflix Punisher is in it, right? They didn't recast him or anything. Says, cheers for the stream. Hope everyone has a solid day. And I do as well, and do for you as well, Earthman Brick. As always, man, take care of yourself. Take care of each other. That's the most important thing. And I will see you guys next, whatever I see you. So, yeah, cut it out, everybody.